From the Bubba's Garage Studio, it's your boys, the Donut Shop Boy Podcast. I'm your main man, Professor Gorilla, with my dude here.
Yeah, Resident Low T.
I like it. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, most all podcast platforms.
Yeah.
Go to thedonutshopboys.com. You can leave us a Ask the Boys. You can leave us a review. You can go to the merchandise store. This episode, like all episodes as of now, brought to you by M3is3D.com. Tell us a little bit about M3is3D.com.
Bro, so they've got busts of historic and famous figures. They're marketed as a convenient place to put your headphones, which I think is a good side feature because they look fucking beautiful.
They do. I'm
So,
looking at ours right now.
They tie a desk together, a fucking entry little bullshit table that you got by your front door of some, all kinds of fucking things. They've even got some stuff that hangs on the wall too.
Yeah.
You can hang hats on them, headphones, gaming headsets, fucking your AirPods with some tape, probably.
Yeah. Put it on your nightstand. Look at it while you bang your wife.
Yeah. Everyone wants to see Elon.
They've got Sigmund Freud.
That's how I get it up. So they got tons of heads, historic figures. Check them out. M3is3D.com. They're made in the U.S. And best part, you can support the podcast by using our discount code Donut Shop for 10% off your order. Don't forget, Donut Shop. M3is3D.com.
That's
M3is3D.com.
Yeah, M3is3D.com. Support local businesses, support small businesses, made in the USA, support the boys, support them for stepping out and taking a chance on the boys. Again, that's M3is3D.com. The best heads on the interwebs. So what's up, man?
Did you hear
Okay.
San Francisco
Pride Month?
legalized? It's over. Not there though. They legalized. They legalized shoplifting.
Did they?
Yeah,
Legalized it.
yeah.
Full legalization.
That's where we go to do all our grocery shopping now.
You got a lot of frequent flyer miles.
Yeah. All the money I'm saving on groceries, I'm spending on gas.
Yeah.
I'd rather support the oil industry though.
I feel like we need to fact check that.
Yeah, we might.
No, I didn't.
Facebook.
Yeah. Are they out there? I do think that they decriminalized shoplifting.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to prosecute shoplifting offenses.
They make it just civil.
Well, yeah, it's like not worth the time for the police officers. It's a really weird
Especially when
thing.
they're, have no funding anymore.
It's a bad concept when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, you're just gonna put people out of business.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
You know who you can't shoplift?
Amazon.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna get at next. Like, is that? I feel like this show's starting to go into a different realm.
Yeah. So I was actually reading a conspiracy about that.
That's all about like big business and.
Yeah.
And
So
the
raising the minimum wage. Apparently, Amazon's been like a big supporter of raising the minimum wage, which they can afford, but nobody else can. And when everyone else is out of business, that's it.
Yeah.
You're
the only show in town.
So, and it's not a monopoly if everyone else just fails.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know how the monopolies work, but
it's funny that you went there and we didn't pregame that at all because that's exactly where I was going in my mind. Like,
oh, good. We're starting to connect. I think
it's happening. It's you averaging out my tea. That's what it is.
Yeah. I'm bringing it down.
Yeah, I think that's the only possible explanation. Either it's just mass stupidity, or you don't care if these small businesses fail.
Yeah.
Like you want only big corporations to be able to do anything. Like a corporation that could pay someone to be an effective loss prevention officer, whereas even if the police aren't coming out, there's someone that the store pays to recover this merchandise. And possibly, like I did once upon a time for a major corporation, beat the shit out of somebody at the door over some DVDs.
Good times.
That was the funnest job I ever had. But the pay and benefits, while fair for the job, also they weren't going to cut it for me long term.
But you moved on to something better and left that door open, arguably better. Left the door open.
Leave the door open. Yeah, they told me I could come back anytime, and they always dealt fairly with me.
Yeah, which that was a good stepping stone where you were at in your life, and now somebody else can fill that void for the company.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's what those type of jobs are for.
Yeah.
Or you move up and continue.
You never know. You never know. So, I was thinking about what you were, like, while you were saying that, about, because we've seen the videos of people just shoplifting in San Francisco, and people are just standing by idly watching them as they walk out. And it kind of brought me back to an idea I'd had at some point in the past that I like to call free-for-all Fridays.
Roof Koreans.
I do love me a roof Korean.
We need to bring them back.
I like all Asian people.
Yeah.
And I like all Koreans, but rooftop Koreans.
Those are the best Koreans.
That's the best.
Yeah. Top Korea is the best Korea, some would say.
Glorious leader would say. I would go for a rooftop Korean.
Yeah.
They probably, I don't know if they would be cheaper than a security system.
If I had a storefront property for the Donut Shop Boys, I would hire roof Koreans to guard it.
Koreans?
Yeah.
As long as they don't unionize.
We Teamster.
But no, free-for-all Fridays, right?
Yeah.
I may have pitched this to you back when you were still in the United States military.
Back in the day.
Back in the day when we were...
Yeah. Before I had my alleged PTSD from combat related
we were slinging
activities.
lead down range. Once a week, or maybe even once a month, if they want to really scale it back.
Okay.
They should have a day where you can just slap the shit out of anyone. You can talk to anyone however you want.
Yeah.
And maybe let's make it, even to give people a chance, let's make it to where you only get one. You can slap the absolute shit, you can cuff the fuck out of one person that day and not get any criminal charges.
Okay.
I think that we should make that a thing.
I think the person that gets slapped the most should get a hard look that Saturday.
Yeah.
What did you do to piss this many people off?
I think people are going to be a lot more polite.
Yeah, yeah.
I think society as a whole is going to straighten up. Because motherfuckers are going to be getting just blasted left and right.
Yeah.
So bring that back once a month. I'll say once a month. I used to say once a week. We'll play ball with them. Once a month. Give us one Friday, a free-for-all Friday. Just cuff the fuck out of one person of your choosing.
That would weed out the bad eggs.
It would weed out the bad eggs.
Yeah.
And maybe like lessen the aggression for some people that are...
Yeah, because there's some people that are very aggressive.
Quite aggressive.
Unnecessarily, some may even say. Venture to say.
They may.
And I think a couple good little slip slaps across the face might change that.
Yeah. Do you think it should have to be open hand?
I don't think either way. I think open hand. I think would still get the same point across.
Right. Yeah. I think it's not about causing damage or injury.
No.
So maybe leave the closed fist out of it.
Yeah. All it is about making the chink red. So, like I said, though, the next day when one person gets slapped by damn near everybody, that should say something.
Yeah, that should tell you a lot about where you stand.
You as the person, and then everyone else above that person should go, huh, let's take a look at this guy. You know?
Might change some things.
Yeah. Maybe what everyone's said over the years is true.
Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe you are the common denominator in all these problems.
You must be a catalyst. That's a chemistry term.
I like it, though.
Yeah.
So
that's the real objective, I think.
In the spirit of Free-for-All Fridays.
Yeah. You gonna slap me?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. You know, I was thinking about on the drive over here actually, and I thought about it last week when we did the "What Makes Me Sad" episode, and I forgot to mention it. Like I thought about it on the drive up here that day actually, and I forgot it. And then I was on the way home, and I was like, "Fuck!" Well, I'll just save it for the next episode. It makes me sad when people contradict themselves in their beliefs.
Yeah.
And it happens a lot. Do you ever notice that the big government, fucking leftist, fucking government should give us everything, government should run our entire lives? They're also the defund the police people.
Yeah.
Like the government should take guns away from everybody, but also defund the police. Okay, cool. If you defund the police, who's going to take the guns away?
Yeah.
Social workers?
Brilliant.
Yeah. But then also, the flip side of that coin is the blood of patriots and tyrants, people, fucking 3%er, big 2A supporter, small government libertarian. I don't think that, I don't want to abolish government. I just want it small enough I can drown it in my bathtub type people are also like, support the police, thin blue line.
Yeah.
What do you think the government is?
Yeah.
When the tyrants come, who do you think they're going to be? They're going to be law enforcement, you fucking fools.
Yeah.
What a fucking free-for-all. You just believe whatever you want. Which I have to say, I have to admit, I'm a little bit on the fence
Yeah.
in some of these arguments. Very pro-liberty, but I got to tell you, fella, I heard something happen to you.
It did.
Tell me about
I was
it.
accosted.
Yeah?
Yeah. By the local police department for allegedly going 43 and a 25.
The nerve.
Yeah. Like with a car on my ass and my foot off the accelerator. 43.
And I know you, sir. If you're going to speed, it's
So-
going to be 100 and a 25.
Right? Yeah, like the day before I was going 100. No, what pissed me off the most is if he was using radar, there's no way he knew that it was me. There was another car in front of him going the same direction. There's a car on my ass and me.
Yeah. Quickly, before you go any further,
Yeah.
let the listeners know why you know this.
Radar instructor certified.
You heard it here,
Yeah.
folks. My man,
Yeah, it's
radar
expired.
instructor certified.
Actually, it probably isn't.
No,
I
I
know
don't
how
think it
well
is.
records are kept there. It's probably still legit. But no, he stopped in the it's a 2-lane road with a turn lane in the middle. He was coming towards me. He pulled over into the middle lane and turned his lights on. So far ahead of me that I debated stopping so he could flip a U-turn to go to the important call he had. But then, as I'm computing whether or not I should do that, and I'm slowing down, then I start passing him. So I was like, oh, I'll just get past him and then let him go. It's like he's not trying to go. So he flips the U-turn, goes around the car behind me, comes up, pulls me over. My man, I never ironed my uniform.
Right.
This man needed it. The first thing when he started talking, I almost asked, "Are you a real cop?" That is a sorry fuck. His gun had to have been in his ass crack. His duty belt was so bad, and it was hanging off to the side. He was a sergeant too. Saw the sergeant stripes.
Huh.
Yeah, it was rough. Yeah, said I was going 43. I didn't have a driver's license either. I don't know where that went. That's gone.
Suspended.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, I was so irritated that he said 43 and that he looked the way he did that he kept asking me about the driver's license. And I was like, I don't have it, but I've got fucking 6 other IDs with my name and face on it. And I know you can use my social. I'm not a normal person from the state that has my number memorized like everyone else.
Yeah.
But I know I know what you need: date of birth, social, and name. You can look it up.
You can look it up. Yeah.
So I'm I kind of got an attitude with him about that. Gave him the stuff. Gave him the insurance. He leaves. Comes back. Gives me 2 written warnings. One for 43 and a 25. He said he knocked it down to 36 for the warning. So thanks. That sounds more accurate to my
That sounds
speed.
you know what, sir? That sounds like a lie
Right?
on an official.
Here's
whatever.
here's the kicker.
Okay.
I got a written warning for expired license, or I'm sorry, for expired insurance. Expires August of 2021. I asked him if he still had my card. He said he gave it back to me. Pulled it out and looked at it. And I said, sir, this says August of 21. He's like, well, get your license. And then walked away. So, I say all this to say, if he can't read a expiration date on an insurance card, how do we know he can read a radar?
Well, he said it was 43, and then he wrote you for 36.
Might be dyslexic.
I would destroy that shit in court.
Yeah.
I'd put him up on the stand and or have a lawyer put him on. Hell, if he goes to federal magistrate court, the
can we upgrade this to federal court?
Yeah, the prosecutor will do my defense attorney's job for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that pissed me off though. It's 2 written warnings. I don't give a shit. I know they will show up in the system because I've seen warnings in there before during my time. But yeah. Now I set the cruise control for 25, and
passive aggressive.
And I wave at every cop that I see down that road because I drive it to take the kids to daycare every day.
Yeah.
And so it's just a small stretch. He pulled me over right where it changes from 35 to 25 too, mind you.
Were you in the car or the Expo?
Oh, the car.
Okay.
Yeah, bright yellow fucking car. Of course he's going to pull me over. But I put it at 25 for that whole stretch and just watch traffic pile up behind me. And I love every minute of it. And I wave every time they come past me.
Aggressive.
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to pull me over, so I ask if they know how to read an expiration date. Like, that's what I want to lead the traffic stop with.
You should do that. That's why I was asking if you were in the Expo, because I wouldn't tell you to do something to your car, but you could like mount a flag.
Yeah.
On the Explorer and fly like the biggest thin blue line flag you can find while you drive 25, possibly 24.
Yeah. We don't want to.
You don't want to play with
there's
fire
a 1 to 2 mile an hour error in radars.
Buford Pusser might fucking open fire on you.
Yeah.
So I think we say all that to say that the boys might be teetering on the verge of saying defund the police.
Yeah, at least city police. You know?
Let's talk about that.
We've talked, sheriffs are where it's at. They're elected officials.
Yeah, they're beholden to the voters.
Yeah.
I saw a video. It's an old video. I'd seen it before, but it was Caitlin Bennett at like a Pride event. I think in San Francisco, but don't quote me on that.
Well, I would assume if it's Pride.
It could have been year round.
Yeah.
So someone complained to a police officer, and he came down there to like handle her. Her whole thing. She goes around with a microphone and a camera, and they interview people.
Yeah, aggressively. Is it one of those?
She's not too aggressive.
No.
She's persistent. Like she like stays on point.
Okay.
And they always try to like name call her and say this, that, and the other, and she like won't give it up. She's like, no, why do you think that's okay, or what, whatever she's talking about.
Okay.
But she tries to be respectful. She goes over the top to try to be respectful to people. So they send him down there to like counsel her, and he was like, he wasn't aggressive, but he was being kind of a queen about it.
Okay.
And he was like, I know what you're doing. You got your camera here trying to make me look stupid. And she was like, well, actually, those people assaulted me, and they were like harassing me and bullying me, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, well, do you want to make a complaint? He's like, I'm not taking sides. I'll take your report right now. He's like, but you're going to have to give me that camera as evidence. And we're going to take your whole camera and give it to a detective as evidence. Because they were like, can't you watch the video right here? He's like, I'm not an investigator. Like, first of all, bullshit, sir.
Sherlock Holmes.
You can do, yeah. That's good.
Thanks.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'll give you kudos on that one, Sherlock Homo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking,
threw him off his groove.
Yeah. Where's Twatson? So yeah, he's basically like being super like passive aggressive about it. Like, oh well, if they complain again, I might have to ask you to leave. I'm not asking you to leave now. Did I tell you to leave? No, motherfucker, you didn't tell her to leave. But the implication is there.
Yeah.
Then go on about your way. He kept telling her. Well, then go on. You're free to go. And she's like, I don't understand. If I go in here and start interviewing people, am I going to be arrested? I can't tell you that. I can't answer a hypothetical, blah, blah. It's like, all right, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're telling her that you want her to fucking leave without saying it.
Yeah.
But then when she tries to tell you that basically they're making up bullshit because they want her to leave.
Mm-hmm.
But when she says they actually assaulted her or harassed her, you threaten them with the only way that they can do anything about that is to give up their entire camera, which you and I both know is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you can just take the fucking memory card or whatever. Like, just give them that as evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like they suggested he do, he could just look at the footage real quick.
Yeah.
And say, oh yeah, these people did do that. Let's go talk to them.
And legally,
they do it all the time.
He shouldn't perjure himself and say what exactly he saw on the video.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And when you when they have a shoplifting at a store, at Target per se,
yeah,
they don't the police department doesn't send down the goddamn head detective.
He's taking all the TVs and the cameras out of the roof,
ripping the fucking DVRs out, taking the fucking servers. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
we'll find out who stole your Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Goddamn
Mothra.
Mothra, fucking kaiju just flew up in the studio.
Jesus.
That motherfucker did a kickflip and landed. Did you see that shit? Sorry, we just had Mothra / Tony Hawk fly up into the studio because we've got the garage door open.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
The fucking dark arts are real.
That threw me off the groove harder than fucking Sherlock Homo.
Oh.
So. But yeah. Stuff like that is kind of like, maybe we should defund the police.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm down with just sheriffs though, man.
Just
like
sheriffs.
I said, like, you can look back at Maricopa County and see how drastic that shit changed when everyone didn't like Arpaio anymore.
Right.
And now they got, I think it's Mendoza in there, and things are different. Like, nobody's complaining about Maricopa County sheriffs anymore. So.
Yeah, and I think that it would be a lot more cost effective. Sorry, the words escaped me there for a minute. It'd be a lot more.
You get to go by the whole county instead of a city for funding.
Yeah,
and like I said, you get more transparency with policy. What they're actually supporting is who you're voting in as your sheriff.
Yeah. And then things like, you think, like I said, the funding, the resources that it takes to run, for instance, Montgomery Police Department and the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a chief and a sheriff and a deputy chief and deputy sheriff, and just combine all that.
Mm-hmm.
Combine those resources. You're not paying for two heads of a department.
Yeah.
You've got
drop your overhead drastically.
Yes. Your facilities, all that. Different chains of command, it might kill some jobs in the short term, but ultimately they're going to be unnecessary jobs.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just create, that's what people don't understand about like capitalism. You don't create jobs. Businesses don't go out and create jobs just out of the goodness of their fucking heart.
Yeah.
Jobs should be necessary. But also I think about things like the like LAPD. Like, what if Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, semi-pro show. What if the LA County Sheriff's Department and the LAPD combined into one? Would it have lessened the impact of something like the Rampart scandal? And I don't know if you know about that. I don't think you were even born for it.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, you were. Yeah, you were like 5 years old. I just looked it up.
Mm.
It involved a unit in the LAPD called, it was CRASH, it was the acronym CRASH. It stood for Community Resources Against Street Hoodlums.
Ah, the hoodlums.
Yeah, the old hoodlums.
Ah.
Classic street gang, right up there with the Peaky Blinders, the hoodlums. But it was like rampant fucking corruption. The television show The Shield. You ever watch that? With what's his name, Michael Chiklis?
No.
He played the Thing in the first two shitty Fantastic Four movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably walked out of those ones.
I probably fell asleep.
Yeah.
I would have never wasted money on that garbage. Anyways, I encourage all of you to go, if you're interested in stuff like that, go look up the Rampart scandal and see just how ridiculous it got. And if whoever was in charge of that law enforcement entity was an elected official that had to legitimately worry about corruption, especially corruption that the public could see, maybe they would run a tighter ship. I feel like they would run a tighter ship.
Yeah.
I feel like had you been pulled over by a sheriff's deputy, you might have had a different experience.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, though, you know.
I'd much rather be pulled over by a sheriff's deputy. Any day of the week.
Any day of the week.
Yeah.
Twice on Sunday, maybe.
I might get a little excessive for my insurance, but, you know.
Well.
Yeah.
Battling out with the old insurance.
So even with us being semi-pro, we're still getting accosted, though. We're still getting stopped. You know?
Even with us being white, we're still getting harassed by the man.
Yeah. Well, don't get me
I
wrong.
was assured that would not be the case.
Don't get me wrong. I got 2 warnings, okay?
You didn't get beat up?
Yeah.
Nobody accused you of having a warrant?
He sat in the thing for a little while in his car, and my kid kept going, what is taking so long? Tell him to hurry up.
Yeah, tell him to iron his uniform.
That's not what I'm going to do. Daddy might be going to jail.
I know a guy who just randomly walked up to a black gentleman on the job and said, "Hey, I heard you have a warrant for not paying child support." And then when the guy was like, "What the fuck?" he was like, "Oh, I'm just kidding." Blew my fucking mind.
That dude is a fucking comedian.
What, do you just not need a job? You're good? You've made enough money in your life? I'm gonna hang it up now, folks.
Oh my god.
This one little joke was worth it. It was a knee slapper. Had the whole club dying. Tip your waitress, I'm out.
From the windows to the walls.
Like Jesus. So defund the police.
Yep.
If we defund the police, would that make Free for All Fridays more likely to go off with a bang?
Oh, yeah.
I think you slip in 2 slaps.
You might be able to.
Front hand,
if
back
enough
hand.
people do it, the sheriff's like, well, I need these votes. Slap away.
Slap away. They could decriminalize slapping. You know? You slap less than 3 people, PD's not coming out, or the sheriff's office isn't coming out.
Yeah.
San Francisco up in this bitch. We'll all be 49ers today.
Were you there when we had to call ICE that one time?
No. Story time.
One illegal, ran the gate. Our typical gate runner situation. But he ran the gate. Turned out he was illegal. So we called ICE. And ICE was like, how many? Like, 1. It's like, we're not coming out unless it's 7 or more. It's like, wow. Like, yeah, what do we do? Like, motherfucker's illegal. He's like, just let him go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like the right answer.
We're like, you just, good luck. Make sure you're riding in a car with less than 7 people.
Yeah. Don't take any buses. What you should have said.
Yeah.
This is a learning experience for those of you out here who might face this dilemma. I know we have a high volume of LEO listeners.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I said I wanted
now
to
you know
defund
what
you.
to tell them.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I said I wanted to defund you, but also go get a job for a sheriff's department.
Yeah.
So what you should have said was that there were 8 of them, and then when they showed up to get them, be like, dude, it was the damnedest thing.
That shit was crazy.
They yelled hut hut hike, and fucking 7 of them dipped out.
Lamigura.
He was the slowest one.
Yeah, look at me. Do I look like somebody chasing people? Not gonna happen.
I yelled taser, taser, and he stopped. And I said, 1's good enough.
You're my Huckleberry.
Yeah.
You
might take his shoes and throw them in a dumpster so that the sheriffs actually believe that you caught up to the guy. Yeah, he was barefoot when I found him. But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
Good times.
That's all I've got for Free for All Fridays, for story time, defund the police, San Francisco decriminalizing shoplifting.
Yeah.
You guys, when you go to the debates for your sheriff's department. When the election year rolls around and people are running for office, like I know Montgomery County, Derek Cunningham ran unopposed, and I have no desire to be a sheriff at this point in time. I do actually want to mount a political campaign to run for sheriff at the end of my normal career that I'm going to retire from.
Yeah.
That's going to hopefully
then you
be
can
my
swing me in a job. We can be real.
Hey, you'll be sergeant. Penultimate swan song. I want to find some little backwoods county and run for sheriff. I think you know me well enough to know that I will be a just and and run the sheriff's office with integrity. But I encourage you guys. What I was going to say is I thought about running against Derek Cunningham just solely because I don't believe anyone should run for any office unopposed.
Yeah, that's
where's the accountability if you're running unopposed?
Yeah. What happened to everyone that opposed?
At least make you get up. Yeah. At least make you get up on stage in a debate forum and state where you stand on things.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, but I encourage you guys to go out to any kind of debates or to speak to your local sheriff's candidates and pitch them the idea of Free for All Fridays. You may even walk up to them, slap the fuck out of them, and then be like, "That wasn't so bad, was it?"
Yeah.
And then that's
imagine once a month.
Yeah, that's your icebreaker.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
You got to talk fast before the other sheriffs get you.
We might GoFundMe for Free for All Fridays. We'll start a lobbyist group for Free for All Fridays. I think Rand Paul would be in for it.
Yeah, he probably would.
Ron's
probably too old.
Yeah, Ron's a little old. He had a stroke, but I'll slap the fucking perm off of Rand Paul. I'll make
Shut that thick fella down.
I like Rand though. He's one of the good ones.
And gone too soon.
Tulsi Gabbard, even though she's a Democrat, she had integrity.
By the time
That's why they didn't like her.
He might have suicided himself. Who knows?
He may have. By the time this airs, the Overton window might have moved far enough that Tulsi Gabbard's far right. We're not good about getting our content out to the to the audience. I think it hurts our viewership and listenership.
Yeah.
But anyways,
tell a friend.
Yeah, tell a friend. Share the videos.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to share. You're not going to get in trouble. The boogeyman's not going to come after you.
Yeah, what are you, a girl or something?
Yeah, they've never come after us. Allegedly. You know, we've never had the feds knocking on our door.
No alphabet boys here.
Yeah, they called us like gentlemen. So, head on over to thedonutshopboys.com. You can find links to all of our socials. You can find the Ask the Boys. You can leave us a review. You can find the Teespring there.
Mm-hmm.
Go on Teespring. Look for shirts for moms, socks for sandals. Shout out to Boston. We've got mugs. We've got throw pillows, blankets, COVID Defender mask, Fupa pack. You think of it, it might be in there. No promises. But go support us there because it supports the show and it helps us kind of move forward. Everything that you spend, we don't keep any of that. We're not fucking rolling in tens of dollars that you guys have spent. Everything that you have given, and we do appreciate those of you who have given to the show and spent money at our Teespring. It all he has used it to pour into the show. So we appreciate that. So go support us there. Also, once again, big thanks to our sponsor, M3is3D.com. Go there and use discount code DonutShop to save 10% on your very own product. That pretty much wraps us up for now.
Yeah. Until we meet again.
Yeah. For your boy, the Vanilla Gorilla, and my main man,
Low T.
Thanks, we out.